Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 7 of your favorite podcast, Dating, Dogs, and Dumb Fucks. And I'm your lovely host, the world's only mob boss, Anastasia, with the talented...
Zedek the dog prodigy king. I don't know if I'm talented, but I'll take it.
You're talented.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Lovely and talented.
Thank you. Thanks so much. All right, so we will, guys, go... sorry, what last 2 episodes we were talking about the dating and we got carried away and we forgot about the doggies. So now we're gonna start a really good one about the doggies. So I have the list. Anastasia has the list, and basically, guys, these are all the signs that you will know that your dog is running the show. Now, don't get me wrong. You'll be like, "Well, I'm pretty much in charge." You're not 100% in charge. You could be in charge maybe 80%, maybe you're in charge 20%, maybe you're in charge 5%. If you were 100% in charge, these things would not be an issue. And these things will make you think, you're like, my God, you're right, I didn't think of it that way. Because if you're 100% in charge, guys, your dog will listen to you anywhere, anytime, without yelling, without chasing, without throwing something at it, without leash, without shock collar, without toys, without negotiation, like, oh, take that, here, give it a treat, and then I'll take it back. You don't have to do this negotiation or extortion. The dog will listen no matter what. So I have the list. Anastasia will read the list, and I'll emphasize on each one. And you'll see that the more your dog has these habits or shows these signs, the more you're not in charge. Sorry, you're not. You're not. You think you are. You're the mommy, you're the daddy, the buddy, but you're not the boss. You're not in charge. You're not, again, 100%. Because you'll be like, well, my dog listens for the most part. These are the scenarios that you'll notice, like, my God, I'm clueless. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so here are some things that you should be aware of. So, your dog not shutting up.
Okay, so not shutting up. We're going to go on that. What does that mean, guys? The dog's not shutting up with barking, with whining, with whimpering. The dog knows that, okay, it's just the neighbors. It's just the neighbors. They're going in their yard, and you cannot shut them up. You cannot. The dog will not shut up. Whether you say, no, leave it, quiet. You either got to yell at the dog, either you got to chase it, you got to throw things at it, or you got to bring it back inside. You cannot get your dog to shut up. Now, I know some of you may say, well, I want him to bark. He's doing his job. Someone came in. Well, yeah, once the person comes in, the dog should stop, right? So, again, I always say 3 barks is good, not 300. All right.
So, I like that. Yeah. 3 barks, not 300.
Yeah, not 300. All right, the next one.
Yeah, so another thing that goes with that, you find yourself yelling at your dog more often than not.
There you go. So if you have to always yell at your dog, guys, to get its attention, to get it to obey command, you raise your voice, you're not in charge. The dog yell. Unless you yell, I'm not going to take you seriously. This goes to commands, this goes to correction. So command is sit, stay, down, heel, come, right? Correction could be stop it, leave it, drop, quiet, enough, whatever. The dog like whatever. You always have to scream. You always have to really raise your voice. All right, next.
Jumping up on you or your kids.
So this could be, guys, one of those things that, okay, you may say, well, it's okay. I mean, we don't mind them jumping. It's okay. Well, most of the time, actually, if you think about it, most people don't like the dog jumping. They knock you down, they get you dirty, they get you all scratched up, your kids get knocked down. The visitors, especially, most people don't like a dog jumping on them, whether it's like a knee-high dog or like a 80-pound lab. So if you cannot get your dog to stop jumping, sorry, the dog's like, whatever, screw you. I'm going to keep jumping on this person. No, I'm not going to stop. Make me.
Okay. Another one is nipping at you or your kids.
So nipping, constantly biting you, constantly play biting is another one. There's no respect. The dog like, I know that's my toy. I don't care about the toy. I want to chew on you. I know that's a stuffed animal. Because some trainers say, well, just replace your hand with a toy, And the dog's like, I know you're much more softer, animated. I want to chew on you. Yeah. Screw that little piggy. I don't care about that little lamb. No, you're my lamb. All right, next.
Okay, refusing to obey any commands without giving them treats.
There you go. So if you tell me, well, he knows that only if I have a treat, he will stay only if I have a treat. Sorry, you're not in charge, guys. The dog's like, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? What's in it for me? Why have to listen to you? Are you stupid? And remember, I mentioned that in our episode. What's in it for you is free rent, free medical, free dental,
Yeah.
free vision, free poop cleaning, free friends. You have good life, man.
Free friends.
Yeah. You have friends in the neighborhood. You have another dog, a cat. The kids. The dog had to do it because you said so. The dog should listen because you said so, not because you have hot dogs in your hand. So if you always have to hold your hand together as if you're holding an invisible treat, the dog's doing it for the treat, not for you.
No respect whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay, and then when the dog completely loses their shit around other dogs or when you have visitors over at your house.
Yeah, there you go. Another one. So if you think about it, guys, your dog knows that this is not a big deal. It's just another dog. But if your dog keeps barking, charging, lunging, they just like shake, they act like they have to get to that dog. Whether it's by being aggressive, a lot of the time, guys, it's an act. It's all an act. It's all bark, no bite. But you notice you cannot get the dog to listen. When you have company over, the dog's barking and jumping and nipping and just constantly like running, try to get to the dog, running to get to the person, and you cannot get the dog to listen. Even if you get physical with it, you're trying to restrain it, you're not in charge. Next.
Okay, the dog humps you like a wild beast.
Wild beast. Oh, yeah. Humping, guys, any humping, the dog saying, I'm in charge.
You're my bitch.
Yeah, you're my bitch. I run this joint. So some people say, oh, he's so cute. He's humping me. Oh, my God, look. Oh, look, she's humping me. She doesn't even have a dick. That's cute. No, she's saying, I'm the boss. Did I tell you
Aw,
can do
so
that?
cute.
Yeah, like humping you. You see dogs do it to each other. You see... so whoever's getting humped usually is the nice one in the family, the spoiler. Have you noticed that even with your poor mom?
Yeah.
Yep. And he used to get humped a lot.
I
right?
know. She stopped, thank God.
Yeah. So the toy poodle she watches, she was always humping her, and then the command was
I do that. I know. I'm like, stop it.
Yeah. Not no, not stop it, not leave it, not off.
I'm like,
Okay, and then whatever works, right? That's not a command, but all right.
Okay.
Next one.
Ooh, this is bad. Pees and poops inside your house, or even worse, on your bed, or marks to get even with you.
So, guys, if your dog is, especially if the dog is potty trained, right? If the dog's potty trained and out of nowhere, like they pee and poop, trust me, I know you may say, well, it was a long day, I couldn't let it out, it was sick. I get it if it's like that. But if your dog is mad at you to get even with you, whether you left the house, you give attention to another dog, you have company over, you have a guest, that's staying overnight, spending time, and the dog like gets mad, they pee and poop. No respect. They pee on your bed, they poop on your bed, they're like, take this. So that's, again, weak leadership. Yeah, you're not the boss. You think you are.
Nope.
You're not the boss. You know what's funny is most of you listening to this, the woman is in charge of that house, but then the dog is in charge of everyone else.
It's always the dog.
yeah. The dog's in charge, yeah. It's the woman, then the doggy, like running the show. All right, next one.
All right, so drags you down on walks and even charges when it sees dogs, kids, cats, joggers, cars, or skateboarders.
That also, guys, no respect. So, of course, your technique plays a big factor here. Your tools, what you're using on walks. But if the dog constantly refuses commands when you say leave it, no, heel, and the dog keeps charging at any dog it sees, whether it's a small dog, big dog, friendly or not, the dog just barks and charges at men. And the dog goes after cats, squirrels, kids running around, skateboarders, cars. Sometimes some dogs think they can bring down cars. I don't know what the hell's their logic, but they go after cars, like driving cars, moving cars. Not good. The dog's not in charge. The dog's basically running the walks.
Okay. Next one. Bites the leash to chew it out of your hand while walking or holds it in its mouth.
That also, the dog, guys, doesn't want to be controlled. Like, if I can chew the stupid thing, I'm out of here. I can do whatever the fuck I want. That's it. Some dogs don't even like the leash. Like, I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. I can kick ass. I'm fast. I don't need the leash. I'm walking without the leash. Don't you dare put a leash on me. I'm going to wiggle out of it. I'm going to bite it. So if the dog's always chewing the leash, guys, you some of you get a chain leash. The chain leash is not the solution. If a dog's holding the leash, some people say, so cute, he's holding the leash the entire time we're walking. He's saying, dumbass, I'm walking you dumb fuck. See? Dogs dating and dumb fuck, you're the dumb fuck. You didn't know, now you know. Now you know, right?
Yeah.
All right, next.
Okay, so when it gets annoyed or doesn't want to listen, it jumps up on you. When you take it on a walk, it throws itself on the ground playing dead.
Dead fish game. Yeah. So what happens, guys, is if you notice when you tell a dog a command, like you say no, stop it, or you're trying to make him do something that they want to do, all of a sudden you see the dog jumps up on you. That's like standing up to you. Some people think it's being playful. The dog like, whatever. It's like the dog squaring up to you almost. So if you don't want to, like, if they don't want to go somewhere, all of a sudden they throw themselves on leash. They play the dead fish game, like pick me up. I'm done. I don't want to go. I don't know. Make me. And you see some people like on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube. It's funny, like funniest home videos. Like you see someone carrying a big golden retriever because the dog refuses to walk. Like, no, carry me. Again, very weak leadership. Next.
Crappy recall or playing keep away.
So recall means come command, guys. So when a dog doesn't come to you, they play keep away. The dog's like, whatever, make me, catch me. I know I'm fast. I can outrun you. I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm going to chase that dog. I'm going to chase that cat. I'm going to steal this thing. I'm not going to, recall. They don't recall their name. They play deaf and dumb. So I think that's what they call a recall. Yeah. A dog should listen to you, come to you anywhere, anytime. From an open door, from your house, in dog park, whether it sees a dog, kid, cat, squirrel. If it doesn't listen to you guys, the dog's, in charge running the show.
Okay, not dropping or letting go.
So this is another example. If the dog steals something, say steals a sock, steals something off counter, steals the remote, whatever, and you're trying to get it from him, the dog keeps running around, you keep saying, drop it, no, and then you got to find another treat or something to do negotiation. Again, you're not in charge, buddy. You're not in charge. You're just a mommy. You're just a treat giver. You're just a poop cleaner. You're not in charge. All right, Buttercup?
Okay, demands your attention by asking to be petted or held.
There you go. The dog constantly nudges on you, pet me. Or small dogs always scratch, like, pick me up, can you hold me? Like, you can't. Like, sometimes you don't even feel like it. The dog's like, I don't care. You don't feel like it. I don't care. You're tired. I don't care. The dog wins. So, again, not in charge.
Okay, begging at the table or worse, stealing food off of counters or even off your plate.
That's the thing, guys. I've seen dogs steal the food right off your plate,
oh my God,
off your hand.
So rude.
Yeah, no respect. No, like, whatever, man. Like, you have your sandwich, you talk to someone, you look that way, the dog steals the sandwich.
That's crazy.
The dog constantly barks or whines and keeps staring at you, drooling, panting when you're eating. And if they're constantly scratching, whining while you're eating, again, no respect, guys. You're not in charge. You're not in charge.
Horrible. Yep. Okay, this one I don't know or understand, so you gotta
I do.
explain it. Resource guarding, what does that mean?
Resource guarding, guys. So if you read that, like, what the hell is that? So that's a dog trainer's term for guarding something the dog doesn't want you to take from them. It could be their food, it could be a toy, it could be a bone, it could be something that you dropped and it's yours, or it could be something they should not be eating. Whether it's something like it's not good for them or the dog's guarding it, like, all of a sudden. And if you try to get to it, you're like that, they'll try to really take your finger off, okay? I'm
not your friend.
Yeah, like that.
I'm not your friend.
Yeah. So whenever they do that, guys, the dog's saying, "Screw you, make me, don't you dare come near it. If you want to come near it, you're gonna lose a finger." So they call that resource guarding.
Oh,
whatever.
wow. Okay. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What about when they push you out of the way or crowd you, squeezing through doors?
So whenever a dog, guys, pushes you out of the way, crowds you. So let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
So say you're walking your dog, Anastasia, and the dog, kind of crowds you and, kind of like makes you want to trip. Like, what would you do naturally?
I'd be annoyed.
What else would you do?
I'd pick her up and not let her do that.
No, say if it's a lab, you can't pick up a lab. So the dog kind of always runs into you. What would you do?
Well, I would probably take the leash and walk him on the other side, maybe.
No. You would go around it. You think like the dog kind of like needs room. I know you that much. You like think like
Maybe,
you're gonna
yeah.
give the dog room. Like maybe he needs to go this way.
Uh-huh.
See, the answer is, guys, you gotta move the dog. You gotta let the dog move out of my way. I'm the boss. I'm not gonna walk around you. So if a dog's like laying, on the thing, don't walk around the dog in your living room. Move the dog. When the dog crowds you, you don't move out of the dog's way. You move the dog. So that's all sign of disrespect. The dog like whatever. And if you try to walk in the door, the dog cannot squeeze it, or just pushes you out of the way or jump on you. That's again no sign of respect. Next.
Scratching doors?
So scratching, guys, for attention. Say you put the dog outside and you want it to be outside. It's, the dog all of a sudden scratching for your attention. Let me back in. They scratch on a sliding door, whether a crate door, whether it's the regular door. The dog keeps scratching till you give in. They know, like, I know eventually they're going to let me in. I'm going to keep scratching.
The dog is thinking, buy me a house. Buy me a house.
Buy me a house. Yeah, this is my house.
Buy me a house.
She's saying this from episode 5. Guys.
Buy me a house.
Yeah, listen to that. This is like a joke. Now everyone that sees me says, Zedek, buy me a house.
Buy me a house.
Buy me a house.
Buy me a house. Okay. All right. So this one, I've seen this actually happen. Losing their shit in the crate or refusing to get in the crate. Maybe the dog even attacks you once the dog is inside his crate.
Yeah, so what happens, guys, is if you can't put the dog in a crate, they're like, oh, he doesn't like it. The dog should like the crate, guys. Whenever you take the dog to the vet, they crate the dog. When you take it to travel, you have to have it in the crate. When you take it to the groomers, they crate the dog. The dog's not all loose. So the dog should be able to get used to the crate. And what happens is they bark, they scratch, they whine, they howl, they totally lose their shit. What's interesting is sometimes the minute the dog's inside the crate, it could be like open door. They just like to go in the crate on their own. They see it as their dog house. When you get near the crate, all of a sudden they attack. They bark, they charge, they lunge. That's all I show. Like, to get out of here. This is my thing. Oh, I don't think you can do anything. Or when you try to reach inside the crate, the dog's trying to bite you. This is a dog that knows you. He knows it's you. So you can't say, oh, he's confused. He's being protective. No, he knows, like, oh, I'm going to bite you. He's showing off. Like, hey, this is my crate. Don't you dare get me out. I'll get out whenever I want to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, nipping at you when you're grabbing them by the collar.
So a lot of dogs, when you grab them by the collar, if they turn to nip at you guys, the dog trying to gain control. Like, don't you dare restrain me. I'm not ready to come in. I'm not ready to go out. I'm not ready to be on leash. Don't you dare hold me like that. I'm gonna like defy you and bite you or nip at you till you let go. Sometimes people don't have the dog on a collar all the time inside the house. And when they put the dog on the collar and they do that, they notice that side of him.
Okay, fights down commands with passion, especially without any hand signals or treats. Almost no dog does this when the owner is standing straight.
So if a dog, guys, if you tell a dog to lay down on command, that's a respect. So the more you can make a dog lay down, the more they respect you. Now try it like this. I know you say, well, he knows down. How you're doing down is totally different than how I do it. You make the dog sit and you do with a hand gesture. Then you bend down and slap the floor, or you bend over and you point to the floor and you say down. I want you to do it from standing. You say down and just say no, down. And if the dog doesn't do it, stay at it. I bet you anything the dog will not do it. Because once he sees you like standing tall, like you can use a hand gesture, just don't bend down. Yeah, your hand should just drop. That's it. You should be totally standing erect. That's where the dog's like, my God, my mom is asking me to bow. Like really bow. Like I'm not gonna do it. So what they do is usually dogs, they do sit, then down, they roll over, they do the trick. They think it's a trick. They think a treat's coming. So if you're just standing straight and you just look at your dog, the only thing moving is your lips. You say down and the dog drops. That's impressive. Watch, you will not be able to do that. The dog will be like, whatever, man. Fuck you. You know, I'm not gonna bow.
Fuck you, eh?
Fuck you, eh? Fuck you. Yeah. All right. What else?
Okay, last one now. Listens perfectly when leashed inside your home without any guests or its favorite treats in your hands.
Yeah, so a lot of you say, well, no, he knows sit, look, he does this, he sits, he does it good on leash and all that. That's because, guys, he knows he's getting a treat. That's because he knows he's on leash. He can't really get away. He knows you're going to push his butt down, you're going to follow through, you're going to pull on the leash. If you really, really see a dog that's really trained, they listen anywhere, anytime, guys. On leash, off leash, with and without treats, without hot dogs in your hand. A trained dog is a trained dog and as a trained dog. Now, this is what I mean. Like, okay, you see, like, my God, you're right. I am in charge 70, 80% of the time. That 10, 20% is usually around dogs, usually around guests. It's usually off leash. When there's a kid around, a cat, squirrels, or whatever. Like the dogs that's when they totally lose their shit. They play deaf and dumb. Again, weak leadership. The dog like, whatever, man, not here. Are you kidding me? You want me to listen to you from a dog? I always lose my shit. I always lose my shit when I see a dog. How dare this postman bring mail? I always chase him away. Again, he's bringing, delivery, more parcel here. I'm going to lose my shit again. All right. I think that's it, huh?
That's it.
All right. Thank you, guys. So this is about dogs. And now Anastasia wanted to switch gears about the Black Bird of Doom topic.
Yes. This is my favorite topic.
Really?
Well,
it's not a good topic.
It's not a good topic, but I like to talk about it because it's a phenomenon that I believe happens to many people. Everyone has their own name for it. So I call it the Black Bird of Doom. So I know I came up with this. I don't know how I came up with this. I'm weird. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm very strange. I'm really good at naming things.
Yeah.
And a lot of times in dating, weird things happen. And you obviously don't get any closure. You never know why people do what they do. So to make ourselves feel better, we actually come up with little explanations or stories or little things that you attribute it to. Like, oh, this guy didn't call me, you know why? Because he likes me too much. He knows I'm too good for him. This guy can't afford me, you tell yourself these things.
Yeah.
And you'll never know, right? Why this person doesn't want to see you again. So I've had dates, and many of you had too, where everything went great. And I get the, oh, wow.
But what do you mean by great? Can you elaborate?
Like a really good date where there's great conversation, you're vibing, everything goes really well. You're
like sex too?
No, I'm just talking about, let's say we're at a restaurant, okay?
This is the first date.
Yeah, first date. And this happens usually 99% of the time at the first date. Okay. So you're sitting at the table and you're vibing, having a great time, great conversation. You're mimicking each other's body language. I mean, it's going really, really well. And the other person says, I'm going to call you when I get home. Mm-hmm. I want to tell you something, or I can't wait to talk to you.
But you said that even goes further. Like they hug you, they kiss you.
Yeah, they hug you, they kiss you.
They hold hands.
Hold hands. You make a second date with them. Everything is like perfect, right? Mm-hmm. So they get in the car, and something amazing happens between the time when they close their car door and they arrive at home. It's called the Black Bird of Doom.
Sits on their shoulder?
The Black Bird of Doom either sits on their shoulder or flies by their ear and says, fuck that bitch, forget it, don't call her.
Yeah.
Do a 180, forget about her. Make a bird sound, because I can't. Don't call that bitch, don't call her.
Is that a crow? I don't
know. I can't do a bird sound. There we go. So that's, the bird flies by or sits on their shoulder and tells the guy, he does a 180, or a girl does a 180, they love you, they're so into you, but something strange happens,
But this happens to us too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
This
I'm
happens.
saying it could be the guy or the girl. It is the black bird of doom. And
Yeah.
sometimes you feel like this bird is literally sitting on your windowsill because you don't know what happened. Everything went so well during
Yeah.
the date.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, yeah, this person is so into me. I'm going to see them again. And that's it. They ghost.
I know that happened to me a few times too. Yeah.
It happens
And-
to everyone. It's so weird.
Yeah, and I asked, sometimes they get back to you, sometimes they don't. I never leave a person guessing. That's just not me. I will, even if I have to lie, I would say, hey, look, I'm not ready, or let me say things women like to hear. I haven't healed yet. Okay,
Which is
I
bullshit.
haven't fully healed. Okay.
Yeah, like you need to
Yeah,
heal.
no guy talks like this. If they're, saying
I'm
that,
choosing another path.
Yeah. Remember?
Yeah. I'm choosing another path. said
Yeah,
the
so there you
leprechaun.
go. So there's one guy that, you want to say his name? Who cares?
Yeah, no, I don't want to mention his name.
Okay,
we'll just
so-
call him the leprechaun.
So the leprechaun, mentioned, all these good things. He was saying all these good things to Anastasia, like really good stuff. Like sounds too good to be true. See, this is another thing, guys. So check this out before I forget, and I'll let you jump in. If the date goes too well and it's going too well, it's like wow, it will fall apart sometimes as fast. And Fast and Furious always goes with crash and burn. So if you have sex on a first date, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. I'm just saying if you pay attention, most of those didn't last. Like maybe you're like, okay, well, no, I dated that person for a while, even though we had sex on a first date. But pay attention, even friendship, if it goes too fast, like you're vibing too fast, like you can't wait, you keep texting each other, it's like for hours, you keep talking, you haven't even met the person yet, it will fall apart that fast.
I know.
I don't know.
Or
why.
even worse, what I hate is if you meet someone and for some reason you can't see them for more than like 2 or 3 days and you guys start
Yeah.
talking and then they love bomb you like fuck and it gets to the point where like you end up blocking them even before you go and meet them. They do or say something that you're like, what the fuck? And,
Yeah.
and you block them.
I always say they'll do or say something stupid. Yep.
Yeah, usually the guy, sometimes the woman.
Yes, you know what happens, guys, is that it's good to keep the momentum going, right? I've noticed it's good. But if you just leave some mystery, like, okay, I'm going to talk to you more in person. I love to talk to you more in person. You don't want to be like rude and mean, a dick about it or bitch about it. But some people talk about so much to text before meeting. It's
Yeah.
like, my God.
Well, there's reasons why they do that. There are reasons why they do that. So people that are insecure or trying to play psychological games on you, they want you to be enamored and attached to them. And this doesn't work on a lot of men. But women do this, especially if they're unattractive or overweight. They're trying to get you to fall for them.
Yeah.
And so they talk to you, they tell you these things, they compliment you. They do everything that they can so to ensure that when you meet them, you'll be like, okay, she's not all that, but she's so sweet and she said all these things and I'm sure she'll be really good in bed. And so you kind of lead the guy on. Now,
Yeah.
what I try to do, I have rules. Okay? Because I hate when guys love bomb me. I absolutely hate meeting someone online and then not seeing them for a whole week because you lose momentum.
You do.
And then like Zedeka said, the guy will either do or say something so dumb. I'll get a unsolicited dick pic, and I never ask
Yeah.
for them. Something stupid like that. A grown ass man, It's like, when will men learn that women don't want to see that? They don't.
Yeah,
Nobody wants to see that. If the woman actually wants to see your dick pic, I would be very concerned, And so when I have a chance, I try to take control of the situation. I want to meet them within 3 days. If it goes past that, they start talking to you, love bombing you. And what do, right? You learn about the person. They tell you everything. They send you pictures. You learn so much about them. And then you meet them and what? Boom. No chemistry. They're 6 inches shorter, 30 pounds heavier, way balder, really boring in person, and you're like, fuck, now what? Now I have all this useless information in my head about this fucker, and I don't want it. I don't need it, man. I don't even remember what I ate yesterday. Now I know this guy's, ex-wife's mental issues, or something.
Most men after 40 lose their hair.
I don't care. That's just an example. Women, honestly, we
bald
don't
and
care.
Beautiful is not your jam?
I don't care if the guy's bald. I just want him to have
beautiful.
a neck.
Well,
I want
neck.
the guy to have a neck. I'm sorry,
Neck
okay?
is real poor, huh?
There is not one man in this part where I live, unfortunately. If I see a guy...
But it's okay if he has a good personality. Who cares about his neck?
Yeah, you're going to be
He's
having...
really kind, caring, sexy.
Yeah, no.
How
you
about
have
good bank
sex with
account?
his personality.
Sexy bank account?
We don't have sex with his personality or his bank account, okay?
Come on, man.
Some women do, not me.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm not like that.
You know why they do that is a lot of men, they try to get you so relaxed that they're like, okay, I want to make sure that I can score when I meet her. Like, I want to get her comfortable. I want her to fall for me. That doesn't always work. It worked for some women, and that's why they lose it. Like, oh, I'm going to send a dick pic out of nowhere. I've heard that from so many women. Like, it was going great conversation. Then, bam, all of a sudden I get it.
Like, what do these guys think? Like, you're sitting there chatting with him, and then all of a sudden he sends you a picture of his dick. You're going to be like, oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, now I'm going to meet him on Tuesday instead of Thursday. Oh, yeah. Now I can see his dick. Woo!
Yes, some women are like that.
Nobody's like that.
Some women are like that. You can't
There's some
talk for all of
freaky
them.
bitches if they're like that, okay?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see that, man. Trust me. I promise you, nobody wants to see that. And if a woman wants to see that, then, yeah, that's... I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about that.
No? Oh, okay. Well, I've got like boob pictures, before meeting.
No, you've got some interesting photos.
Yeah. More than boobs sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He has...
I'm sexy, not stupid, guys.
I had a guy once send me a picture. He sent me a picture of like from the waist up he was naked, and then from the back you could see his back and his ass, and this guy did not have a nice body. He was pretty chunky. His breasts were a little bit bigger than mine.
His breast.
His man boobs. I was like, why did he send this? I never asked
breast.
a guy for a photo like that. Remember a couple of episodes we talked about naked guy? Yeah, like, no, that's not okay. No one wants to see that.
See, here's the thing, guys, and I mentioned this, and I will keep mentioning this as much as I can. So it's really, I mean, when you work out a little bit, you don't have to go to the fucking gym. You don't. Of course, the gym helps, but if you can do it at home, and you should do it at home, you have it in you. So man boobs are very unattractive. So
I think they're sexy.
Yeah, you can do like wide push-ups from home. You can do 3 sets of 12. You can start with 3 sets of 7, but the wider push-up, it will make your chest hard. So even if you have man boob, it will look like you have like solid chest. When you work out, guys, and do the dumbbell too for your arms, when you work out, 4 things happen when you just lift weight. Just do those things. 1, you're gonna look sexier naturally. 2, you're gonna look more confident. 3, you're gonna look more intimidating. 4, your testosterone goes naturally higher, where it will help you with other stuff. So sexier, more intimidating, and higher testosterone. That's like more confidence. I don't know what's wrong with that, but man boobs are very unattractive, guys.
There are men that just don't care.
I know, but I'm saying this for the men. Like, what's wrong with having 4 more qualities? More confidence, more intimidating, more sexy, and your testosterone goes higher too. Like, you gotta exaggerate, like, oh, like that. Like, go slowly do this push-up and watch. Like, I'm telling you, in 2 to 3 weeks, you'll notice it. Man boobs are really bad. Like, when you kiss a woman, you hold them, they want to, like, man, this guy has hard chest, hard arms. It's okay if you have a little gut. That's the thing, is it's hard to find someone with 6-pack. If you have a guy with 6-pack, I promise you that guys like fucking 6 more women.
And 3 more men.
3 men too? Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean...
It's 2023, maybe.
Yeah,
if they don't,
The thing is,
more
like...
to them. Very versatile.
I wholeheartedly believe, as I like to say, I will die on this hill, that most of the men here, and I'm going to speak for LA because that's where we live, they just don't even care what the hell they look like. They're like, nah, bitch, I have a fat wallet. So what if I have no neck?
No,
you know?
even without wallet, men have this mentality. Date me, why? Because I have a fucking
penis.
dick.
Yeah, because, you know.
I have a dick, you don't. You have your finger, you have your stupid toy. I'm the one with the dick.
Yeah, or you should be happy I'm talking to you because you're over 40. You know, it's like some of these men out here, I'm just like in shock. Yeah. Especially the married ones, like you should be happy. I would want you.
Back to Leprechaun, you know, it was going well, and you thought.
Yeah, everything was going well. This guy did the douchiest thing. So I guess we haven't talked about him, have we?
No.
This guy was like. Almost everything I ever wanted. Like, I have a list. I wasn't specific enough. So when I met this guy, I'm 5'2". This guy swears 5 feet tall. I feel really bad for any guy that's 5 feet tall. So you have to be really, really nice, okay? You know, I am short. I'm a short person. I am 5'2". Not that short for a woman, but, you know, I'm not tall in any shape or form, okay? This guy was 5 feet tall. But I said, okay, fine. He was good looking. He had a good style. He was chunky, too. And like I said, only one of us can be short and chunky, and it should be me, not the guy.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So everything was going really well. I went on, 2 dates with him. Then he invited me. I live here in LA. He lived where? Orange County? Yeah. And he invited me to a festival. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, so we had plans. I mean, he sent me this poem and...
No. So the second date, you guys were making out, as I recall.
We just kissed. He kissed me, you know, when he left.
It wasn't just a kiss. Come on.
Well...
Make out?
A little bit. But, I mean, like, it did not feel good at all because the guy was shorter than me. I have never even been with a guy that short. And it just felt really odd. It felt weird and strained. Like, it just... didn't feel right, you know, like two oranges pushing up against each other. I don't know. It just did not feel oranges, good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not. But even,
he had black belt. Remember? He said
I can protect you. I have a black belt. I'm like, okay, all right. What are you gonna do? You know, I think someone.
You know why he's saying that is sad because they think short men can't fight because they're short. No, look at UFC guys. There's a lot of short guys there. They can fuck shit up. But it's sad that this guy had to say that, you know, like, okay,
It's not even the height. I was on a date once with a guy that was 6 feet tall. Again, thought he was the shit because he was 6 feet tall. And I had to tell him, you're not that special, but okay, you know.
No, in LA, guys, that makes a difference. In LA, most people are short, most men. I don't know why. I forget because when I go to Sacramento, I notice almost everyone is 5'10" or taller.
And in the Bay Area, it's the same. But here, I think certain ethnic groups, they're just not tall. They're just not. But
well, they're more foreigners and more foreigners like Latinos. You know, there's a lot of Armenians. There's a lot of them in LA. They're not tall people.
There some are, but some aren't. Yeah. But to get back to that, I was on a date with a guy that was 6 feet tall, and we were walking in San Francisco, and there were these thugs standing there, and they weren't talking to us, but I was walking by them because I'm like, whatever, I don't care. I saw him speed up, like literally he sped up and just kind of left me there.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This guy was short, tall?
He was 6 feet tall.
See? And you get a 6 foot pussy too.
Yeah, he was a pussy. Like this guy, the leprechaun, would have tried to fight. They would have probably picked him up and thrown his ass into the bushes, but still, you know.
Would do the orange move on him.
Yeah. But anyway, everything was okay. I mean, this man was not as consistent as I would have liked.
Now, what do you mean by that?
So he didn't text me every day, good morning, good night.
There you go.
And women hate that. It doesn't make you weak or clingy. It lets us know that you're thinking.
See, we all have our phones with us, guys. Even in a bathroom, you take your fucking phone with you. So don't say you don't have time, you're busy. Like, saying something, it counts. Like, okay, this person took the time. It took 5 seconds to text something. You don't have to, you know, and this goes to women too. Too much is not good either. Too much is not good either.
You gotta find a happy spot.
Yeah, like this person's writing me a novel. Like, fuck, I can't breathe. You know.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So we want men to be consistent. You guys know that. And a lot of men, I truly believe, again, that they just don't care. They're like, this bitch doesn't like it. There will be some woman that takes the bare minimum. Now, I couldn't really say anything to him because I would look stupid, right? Because we had only gone on 2 dates. He's not my boyfriend, nothing, right? I wanted him to text me every day, and he didn't. And, one time I reached out to him. I was telling him something. I remember I was going to get back to him about something. Oh, thank you, Anastasia, for getting back to me. I appreciated that you texted me.
Because remember I told you, I think he lost interest. No, he wrote you this good poem.
Yeah, and we talked about ghosting. He said he would never ghost. And I said, yeah, only weak-ass pussy
just listen, he did something worse.
Check out what he did. He goes, only because he had been ghosted. He was dating a woman for months, and she ghosted him. And I'm like, wow, what a bitch. I get it if it's within the first week or two, whatever the guy does, or the other person does or says something that's just so fucked up, and you're not here to discipline someone. They should know better.
Yeah.
But what he ended up doing, he didn't ghost me. So I was supposed to see him on a Saturday. I gave him my time. I planned to spend the whole day with him, which means I couldn't go out with anyone else. I had to turn other people down. Friday morning.
Yeah, Saturday is a big deal, guys.
Yeah, if I'm going to go on a date Saturday night, you better be fucking special, okay? Mm-hmm. I have plenty of things to do, And so Friday morning, I'm waiting. I don't hear anything from him. And I'm like, fuck, I can't believe it.
Don't forget the poem.
Yeah, but the poem was the day before. He sent me this amazing poem.
Yeah, that was so nice. She sent it to me. It's I don't know if he wrote this himself. That's pretty impressive. Maybe you should cut and paste some of it and put it on Google, see if it's really his or not.
I mean, it was an amazing, I want you, but I don't need you.
I fell in love with him.
And,
Fuck.
It was this guy was
this fucker. I'm the Chevy chaser.
This guy was very eloquent, okay? He was really, really good. He was very, spiritual and just very considerate.
Very eloquent. I remember when you said, my God, I talked to the most amazing guy.
Yeah, I was just like I said, this guy had everything I wanted, except he was short. He was good looking, too. His face, he had blue eyes, everything that I liked.
And every picture of his, he was squinting his eyes man, he's so sexy.
Whatever, but he didn't look good in his photo. He looked better in person, but I had not expected that he would have been so short. That blew my mind. It just doesn't even look right. If this guy was at least 5'7", my God,
Imagine what else he would do if he was 5'7", but go on.
Whatever. And that 5'7", I'm talking really 5'7", not 5'3", okay? And that's the bare minimum there, okay? Anyway, so come Friday morning, I don't hear from him, and then I'm like, well, we need to make plans. So I should never have to do this. In fact, thinking back, I shouldn't have to confirm. I would have already blocked him.
None of you women should confirm, guys.
Ever. Women don't do it.
Yeah, the guy should be so excited, should keep mentioning it. I'm excited to see you finally. I can't wait to see you.
But to some men, that's a sign of weakness.
No, it's not. No. It actually shows that you care, you're not forgetful, you weren't drunk when you were talking to the woman, you weren't wishy-washy.
That's another thing.
A lot of people don't know, they drink, right? They're drunk and buzzed, and you don't know because they're hardcore alcoholic. And I'll mention that I had a day too, and then we're gonna wrap it up about alcohol. That was I never.
Oh my God, that was so bad.
Yeah, I never dealt with someone like this.
Yeah.
But go on, I'll let you finish. Okay,
so basically, I texted him in the morning. By 10 a.m., I'm like, well, fuck, okay. Because he works in the medical field. You never give the guy the benefit of the doubt. I figured maybe he's with a patient, whatever. I'm like, okay, I'll just wait. So 10 a.m., he texts me back. The most lame thing, he's like, oh, I really appreciate, getting to know you. I enjoyed our time together, but I'm choosing to take a different path.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I thought that was really weird. I didn't care that much because I kept saying, I just couldn't get past the short thing. I was really trying, but I know myself. The guys don't grow on me. If I don't like them, I don't like them. And I always try to be nice, and it always backfires. So I'm like, okay. And I said to him, best of luck to you. This motherfucker blocked me before I could even respond. I'm like, what the fuck? What did he think I was going to start talking shit? Not only we didn't meet on a dating site. We met on a Facebook group. He blocked me on Facebook. And I'm like, why do that? Like, it's okay. You're not an asshole if you don't like me. I would have still liked to be friends with him and have good conversations. I mean, he's not that attractive, but I liked his posts and I really enjoyed talking to him. And had he not been such a douche, I may have introduced him to someone else. But this fucker goes and blocks me for no reason. He doesn't know me. What does he think? I'll be like, fuck you, you leprechaun. What, you think you can do better with your short ass and, you know?
I think he probably thought
he
that
probably
you might,
thought that, but I wouldn't do that. I'm doing it now over this podcast.
Yeah, no, that's true. She doesn't.
I wouldn't do that. I said best of luck to you. And that's it. And it was so, like, the blocking was so fucked up. It made me feel like even worse than him ghosting. And so he did two things that were really fucked up. Mm-hmm. You know, doing this on Friday morning, and so now I don't have plans for Saturday. I'll have to do something lame. Because my time is valuable. I have family. I have friends that I could see. I work 40 hours a week at least. You know, I'm so busy, and I allotted that time for him. Now he fucked up my Saturday, and then he goes and he blocks me. What the fuck? Like, really? You're gonna block me?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have. I just said good luck. Like, I'm not that bitch to say, oh, fuck you, you're ugly and short then. I guess other women did that. No, I wasn't going to say that. I said to him, best of luck to you. And that was it.
See, how did you know your block? It didn't say read, it didn't say delivered?
No, so I use Google Voice, and when someone reads the messages, they go up and they, like, stack up. And they didn't. And I'm like, oh my God, he blocked me. And then, like, I went on Facebook and he blocked me. I was like, whoa, I did not see that coming. So, yes, he didn't ghost me. I didn't see it coming like that. So, women, moral of the story is, do not let some dude that you know is not all that do this to you. If you don't like the guy, block him first. Fucking block him. No. Well, block him first.
This is what. No, I know. I agree with you. But this is what I would do different. Like, if you're not really into the guy, don't even give him a chance. So his height was a factor. You're like, okay, you overlooked that, and the distance was a factor too. But I know it makes you more mad.
Yeah, no, I don't mind.
I don't think you saw that coming. So
I didn't see it coming. I would have never. When it
maybe I would look at it this way. Like, okay, let's forget his height. The momentum, he lost the momentum. Yeah. So if a guy's really into you, man, they can't wait to talk to you here and there.
Some people, I get that, and I agree with that. Mm-hmm. Overall, you're correct. But there are some people that are just not good at texting.
Trust me, if they really like you, they get really good at texting.
I believe so too. If a guy likes you, he'll move mountains. And I believe that 100%. But there are people, and a friend of mine, I think, I don't remember who at this point, said, my husband was so bad at texting me. When he starts working, he gets in the zone. I would get so mad at him, but he showed me that he loves me in other ways. So I had to get over that. You can't force people.
He probably moved mountain too, like maybe close to Hometown Buffet.
I don't know.
Golden Corral.
Maybe. Yeah. But the point is, like, women, it's such an ugly game, this whole dating thing. You want to leave as unscathed as you can.
That's impossible. Yeah.
Well, here it is. You know, I've been playing this game for a long time. At this point, I want to be the first to block. Block.
Yeah, that one. Block. No, because you don't always see it coming. See, the hardest thing. The hardest thing to do is to figure people out. I've noticed, to figure the human brain. You cannot predict that.
I would have never.
Just don't let it take a person. I shake my head and laugh and smile like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah, that's it. I don't care anymore. Like, I literally, this guy is dead to me. I don't even care. But I think about it. It comes up once in a while. You know, when we're talking about the Blackbird of Doom or what happened. This obviously is not a reflection of me. It's him. Yeah. And then. Those of you listening are saying, bitch, of course it's you. If he liked you, he wouldn't have done this to you.
No, this happens to everyone. No matter how,
happens to everyone, and I used to think that way.
You are,
You're never good enough for these men here. They always think they can do better.
No, this happened to men too.
Yeah. Women, we for sure think we can do better. We always think, you know, a woman, what's her name? That actress that married Prince Harry. Meghan Markle, even she thought she could do better. She's like, well, he's a prince, but he's a ginge. Man, I should have married the older brother or something. Like, you know, she thought she could do better, but she's like, okay, I'll just shut up and marry him.
See,
you know?
It's okay to have a good attitude, but you got to be realistic too, right?
Yeah.
Like I was and this woman was Afghan. I really, like, wow, Afghan, I can talk, I practice my daddy. And she had two little ones, and they were really young. The kids were like, one was like 5, the other one was 7. And she was so cocky. I mean, I like confident people, but she was like arrogant, cocky. This, that, I have this degree, blah, blah, blah. And like, yeah, well, I'm just a stupid doctor and I don't have no degree. She was really acting. And then she had all these kids, and then she's talking to me, and the kids are interrupting. And I get it, I'm a father. So I told her, like, these kids will get in the way of dating, for you. Like, they will be a major factor, don't think they want, like, well, what does that have to do with anything? They're my kids. I said, I know they're your kids, and that's wonderful. And she wasn't even sharing custody. I know the kids are yours, but they'll get in the way. Like, look, even on the phone, I can't talk to you on the phone. What makes you think I can see as often? You can come see me. You have little ones. And she was like getting mad at me, It's like, look, I'm just pointing at reality. There's a challenge in dating someone with little ones in your face that when you go out in the real world. And she was like acting like she's the shit and all that, like really, really overestimating herself. I said, sweetie, you act like you're J-Lo, okay? You're not J-Lo. You have little ones. You know that these things will be a problem. I'm not saying you shouldn't have kids. I'm not saying, like what happened, but because she kept saying, well, they're my kids. I said, I know the guy's not going to take the kids away from you. I don't know, what does that mean? They're your kids.
Like, she thought that they were completely inconsequential to the relationship.
Exactly. No. Kids are the best cock blockers.
Yeah.
Yep.
You shouldn't even date if you have little kids. I wouldn't.
No, so I don't agree with that either. I mean, you have to, like, know, like, the kids, I guess, should come first. They do come 1st, no matter what. But the way she was acting is as if she doesn't even have kids. It's like, you act like you're totally without kids, they will come. And the way it was just like very weird. That she blocked me.
Yeah, she blocked you.
Yeah. Yep. All right, I think that's a wrap. Like,
I mean, we could go on and on and on. So basically, moral of the story is for women, do not settle. It's not worth it, and it's not worth it. You're used to being alone. You give yourself a great life. Wait for the right guy, and if he doesn't come, he doesn't come. You do your best.
So hold on, before we wrap it up. You have to settle sometimes. You have to be realistic, guys.
Yeah, I'm not saying not to be realistic, but don't settle for a guy that is beneath you. Because we talked about this, right? Yeah. You raise his status if you're good looking and he's not. And trust me, I've been there. I've had relationships like that where the guy was really bad.
No, so let's go over facts. He was good looking, but he was short. Yeah. He was a little bit overweight, but he was very well spoken. He was very eloquent. Mm-hmm. So you got to look at the good and the bad. That was a douchey move that he didn't even tell you. Like, Saturday night is a big deal. Like I'm sorry, there's different path. He should have said it ahead of time.
Yeah, why wait till Friday, And it's okay if you don't like me, you don't want to see me, that's okay. That's fine. Mm-hmm. That doesn't make you an asshole if you don't want to date me. Before it did, now it doesn't. I don't care. Trust me, I don't care. I get over these guys so fast, thank God.
And second date, went even better.
Yeah, first date
making out and all that.
I wouldn't call it making out. We just kissed, and it was horrible. And
what made it horrible?
Just the whole dynamics, the height, and it just wasn't.
Next time, do it sitting down. Try sitting down.
There's not going to be a next time.
Left side.
You know what? No. There's not going to be a next time. If I don't like the guy on the first date, I'm not going to. He's not going to grow on me.
Anastasia kind of calmed down. I'm proud of you, because the old her, she would call or text this guy from a different number and go off on him. You didn't do that. You have 2 numbers. You could have.
Oh my God, I haven't done that in a long time.
I know.
I was that woman.
I know.
I was that woman in the beginning because I didn't understand why guys would do this. Like, it didn't cross my mind that someone wouldn't like me. I thought I was the shit. Like, why would you? Because I have yet to meet the guy that I think is too good for me. There is nobody that I have gone out with that I thought was not good, that I wasn't good enough for. So all these guys, we always feel like we can do better. And when they ghost you or they don't like you, you're like, who the fuck are you not to like me? You think you can do better with your, and then insert insults here and truth about them,
Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you, for listening. We'll be back next week, and Spread the love, spread the word about the podcast. We really appreciate
Share
taking the
the
time.
love, share the podcast.
Yep. Have a good one, guys. Peace out.
Bye.